Hi, Britt. It's Tuesday, August 24th, and I didn't post a video yesterday. And I totally meant to, except for the fact that I totally forgot. So, I do have excuses. I mean, you know, they're all good ish. But no, because see, what happened was we went away and my computer totally spazzed out on me before we went away. So we came back and I was like, I don't want to touch my computer because I don't want it to, break it more. So then we ended up fixing it, and I was like, well, I'll just post a video on Monday for 2 chapters, and I told you. And you were like, oh, I'm not going to punish you. It's okay. So now I was like Saturday, like it was Friday night, right? And I was like, okay, I have to make sure that I read the chapters and I have to make the video because I know Sunday and Monday I'm gonna be busy because Sunday I was working, and Monday I went to Southern with Mom and a couple of other people because of stuff, and we ended up spending like forever at Southern, and yeah, so it was 1 o'clock in the morning last night, and I was like, I didn't post a video. And I was like, that's not good. Oh. But I can't change that now, can I? So, chapter 8 and chapter 9. Enjoy. Okay. In chapter 8, we find that Frank has, at the wasp factory, I feel like there's two. There's one where the skull is, but then I think it's all in the attic. It's all in the attic of their house. And he goes to the wasp factory and he tries to get into Eric's brain and like see where Eric is. And he thinks it works, but he gets like pushed away and he ends up burning his hand in the midst of it all. And he has to touch like old Sal's like dog's skull. Oh, it's weird. Anyways, and then he took a wasp to the factory and he had to make the wasp pick one of like he has this old face clock, and it's in Roman numerals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so the bee has to choose which death basically it wants to go through, and there's all these different ways that it can die, and so it ended up choosing one of the deaths and it was set on fire. So yeah. And then we did the getting into Eric's head, and then what else happened? I just read it too, and I can't remember what happened. I leaned forward, I read this. Okay, so then he ends up getting really tired, and his dad goes out for whatever reason, and he makes some dinner, and again his dad leaves, and then Jamie calls, and he thinks that it's Eric, but it's really Jamie. And Jamie talks about how he got his foot hurt and at work, and so he had to go to the doctors and everything, but he's going to be home all week, blah, 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 blah. Then Eric ends up calling, and what's-his-face thinks that Frank thinks it's Jamie still, but it's really Eric. So then Eric gets all pissed off because he's like, what did you forget now? And Eric's like, forget? I didn't forget anything. I'm not the type of person to forget something, blah, 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 blah. So then we find out that they have a fight over Jamie because Jamie is short, so the other guy calls him a dwarf. And I'm still going over 4 minutes because I have to do 2 chapters, or 5 minutes. Yeah, because I have to do 2 chapters. Because I'm looking at the time right now, sorry. So, yeah, so then, there's that stuff. And then he tries to figure out where, Eric is, but he can't figure out where Eric is because Eric won't tell him. And then he finds out that Eric was asleep when he was trying to get into his brain, so it wouldn't work anyways. Anyway, so now what happened to Eric? We find out that Eric killed the baby by putting a spoon in its head. Yeah, and died smiling. And so like they were in like some camp or whatever, and one of the people came, like a guy came to go see what was the matter because Eric was screaming and crying and like screaming his head off, and the guy found the baby and he was like, oh my god, and so we had to go in the hallway and like throw up, and then this other lady had to come in and take care of it all, and then they brought Eric home, and then he ended up trying to he tried to put worms and maggots and babies in boys' faces, and parents and everyone in the town was like freaking out over Eric. And then I only have 10 seconds left, and so then they ended up bringing Eric into a mental institution, and yeah, okay, gotta go.